A live night show. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I'm excited to be here on tonight. And so, you all know I'm going to definitely check my video stream out on the timeline here just to make sure that all is well. And then also to share this thing out to other places at the same time. So, let me go ahead and do it. All right, so I'm going to share it to a group chat really quick. All right, so that's checkmate, right? Checkmate. And then I'm going to share it onto a page, my official page. I'm going to share it there. All right. And so it looks like we're good there. One other thing I would love to try to do right now. Let's see if I'm able to accomplish that. Let's see. If it lets me, it might not. I might have to do it afterwards. But anywho, welcome everyone to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I'm your host, Lakeisha McKnight, leadership specialist, wealth mentor, and of course, the creator of the Leadership TKO brand, which encompasses, of course, the books and content about professional speaking and all of the above. Okay, for those of you who want to share your message with the world, you want to create a crystal clear message and you want to get paid to do it, well, that's something that we definitely coach and mentor people on how to accomplish. And so again, welcome to this show. This show normally happens every night around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the mission of the brand, the mission of Leadership TKO, really is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. And so I invite you, go ahead, like or love the stream. If you want to become more of an influential leader, perhaps you want to impact more lives, even from the safety of your home. You want to impact the lives of more people. We're going to show you how to do it. And then also, for those of you who do want to grow your income, you are at the right place at the right time. Some people say ahead of time. All right. And so again, welcome to the show, everyone. So glad to have you here. And listen, let's connect, let's network, let's build relationships because that's what it's all about. And most importantly, let's be grateful for this moment that we're in right now. Okay. Every moment that we're alive, we should be rejoicing. We should be saying how grateful we are because there are people who are exiting this earth, right? And you may have experienced that personally. And so, listen, we have to give thanks and we have to cherish the relationships that we do have. All right. And so you all know with this particular show, we have been giving you some content about, for those of you who are home-based business owners, helping you to grow your networks by utilizing content from well-known authors. Okay. We've been really going through and expounding on concepts from well-known authors. And so at the very beginning of every episode, every session here, we give you an appetizer before the main meal. And so tonight I have another appetizer that I do want to share with you. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I'm able to get that appetizer out. But listen, before we do that, be sure like or love this stream that you're viewing on Facebook. And for those of you on the podcast platforms, go ahead and share this out to other platforms as well. And then, of course, comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are regarding the information that's shared. And if you have questions, post your questions below as well. We also have that share feature, which allows you to share it onto different places, okay? And also start a watch party. For those of you on Facebook, you can click on share and it should give you the ability to start a watch party, therefore alerting those who are part of your networks that you are tuning into something worthwhile. So go ahead and start your watch parties as well. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so we can get this appetizer up and going. And so the appetizer that I'm going to share with you tonight, and if you want to take some notes, grab a pen and a pad, okay? Grab a pen and a pad, all right? And so I'm going to talk to you a bit about the law of environment. The law of environment. Now, you might be saying, well, where do all these laws come from that I go over? Well, first and foremost, they come from my leadership mentor, Dr. John Maxwell, and he has some amazing content out there. If you hadn't had an opportunity to read or study, under Dr. John Maxwell, it's definitely a great time to do that. You want to work on yourself, your growth, your personal development as a leader. And so one of his laws, as you can see here, is the law of environment. The law of environment. And simply what it says is growth thrives in conductive surroundings. Growth thrives in conductive, right? Surroundings. You see, as you see here, right? At some point during every person's lifetime, there needs to be change. Okay, there needs to be change. We're ever evolving. We're going in and out of seasons, and just as nature experiences change in and out of seasons, the same applies to us as human beings. We go in and out of seasons. We're constantly changing, and we should be changing for the better. And so again, there needs to be change. And so the following choices can be made to have successful change for growth. Okay, again, the following 6 here can be made to have successful change for growth. The first one is assess your current environment. Where you residing, where you do business, right? Assess your current environment. Secondly, you can change yourself and your environment. Okay, change yourself. Sometimes you got to leave your environment. Let me tell you, here's a little example of this. Not saying that it was totally negative, but I grew up, just as you may have learned during other sessions, I grew up with my grandparents, my mom. There was at one point my aunts there and my uncle, okay, my uncle and my cousins. We were under one roof. It was a relatively big home, maybe about 7, 8 bedrooms, right? Might have been 8 or 9. I'm not exactly sure. But, as far as recalling, but it's about an 8-bedroom home. Okay. And so although, the environment itself, as far as the living arrangement was fine, it was not conducive enough for me to expand and grow beyond where I was. Okay. There was a place where God wanted to take me. There were some new levels of growth that he wanted to elevate me to, but I had to make sure that I was in the right environment and planted in the right environment for that to happen. And so I just felt, this shifting in my spirit and using discernment to go, of course, with my spouse, my fiance at the time. And we traveled, of course, to Virginia. And that's when I made that move to Virginia. And it was then when I got planted in Virginia that I began to grow by leaps and bounds and doors began to open. And I was able to evolve even more into the woman that I am today. So sometimes you need to change yourself and you need to change your environment. How about point number 3? Change who you spend your time with. Woo! How many of you can attest to that? To really have successful change to facilitate growth, you really need to change who you're spending your time with. You heard of that phrase, birds of a feather flock together. So who are you associating with? Who are you affiliated with? Okay? Who are you spending a lot of your time with? I know right now you may not be spending a lot of time one-on-one with people, but the same can also apply virtually. Who are you spending your time with? Okay, that's going to help dictate whether you're going to have the ability to grow further beyond where you are or whether you're going to stunt your growth. So change who you're spending time with. If they're not heading in a forward direction, if they're not maybe a step or 2 or 3 ahead of you or where you're trying to go, then you might want to change who you're connected to. Okay? How about point number 4? Challenge yourself in a new environment. Some people feel as though they have to up and go to a totally different state. Some even had to go to another country because they feel that it was necessary, having a new environment. And that may be the case for you. How about point number 5? Focus on the moment. I believe that this whole pandemic and this quarantine, this whole season that we're in right now is forcing people to focus on present moments. It's encouraging and forcing people to have to sit down and assess where they are. Especially because, listen, a lot of people, you might have, of course, lost your job or hours of your job. And then you're thinking, okay, well, what is it that I need to do to adjust so that I can be able to provide for my family? So it's forcing you to have to look at where you are right now in the moment. And how about this point right here? Point 6, move forward despite criticism. Yes, indeed. There are going to be some people who are so comfortable where they are that they try to make other people feel uncomfortable for the change that they want to manifest in their lives. And so listen, sometimes you gotta just, you gotta exit. You gotta get from around certain individuals who like to criticize and not try to at least help you or motivate you to become a better version of you. All right. And so you have to move forward despite the naysayers, despite what everyone else, of course, may think. Everyone is going to have their own opinion. And I don't believe you really should judge your decisions or make decisions based on other people's critiques, especially, if it's not a valuable source that it's coming from. Okay. So you want to consider that. You want to consider that. And here's, of course, a couple of statements to consider as well. This is a true or false activity. And it's 10 statements, okay? And if you answer false to more than 5 statements, your current, you have to really challenge and look at your current environment, okay? Your current environment, is it really conducive enough for you to have growth? Okay, for example, is it good enough? Is it going to help you to promote growth? Here we go. Look at this question, or at least this statement. True or false? Others are ahead of me. True or false? How about this one? I am continually challenged. Are you challenged in the environment that you're in right now? How about this one? My focus is forward. Your focus is forward. True or false? In the environment that you're in. Number 4, the atmosphere is affirming. It's affirming, okay? It's strengthening, your positive thinking, in other words. Point 5, I am often out of my comfort zone. This one is important because you can't grow in a place of comfort. Okay, you cannot grow in a place of comfort. You have to get into a space where it's going to challenge you. It's going to stretch you. It's going to cause you to have to take action and move. Point 6, true or false? I wake up excited. I wake up excited. Point 7, failure is not my enemy in the environment that you're in. You know how you get to a certain place, you're in a home or a work environment and they punish you for failing? Doesn't that sound like the educational system? Well, you think, they're trying to get you to the next grade, but are they trying to help you grow? That's something to consider. Even when it comes to our children, are they helping them truly grow or are they just pushing them along? Point 8, others are growing. Others are growing. Point 9, people desire change in the environment that you're in. And then point 10, true or false? Growth is modeled and expected. So you have other people who are present in that environment who is also growing. They're giving you a perfect example of what it means to grow. Okay, and they're expecting others around them to grow as well. Now, if you've answered false to more than 5 statements, you need to challenge your present environment. Okay, and you might have to make some adjustments. Okay, you might have to make some adjustments. And look at this quote by Ralph Emerson. Whatever course you decide, okay, whatever course you decide upon, there's always someone to tell you that you are wrong. Okay, and so understand the law of environment, everyone, simply just shares that growth thrives in the right type of environment, in the right type of surrounding. So you really have to assess where you are. Okay, so for example, I know for a fact if it wasn't for me getting where we are, my husband and I, where we are in the area of Virginia, okay, and being connected to my cousin in such a way, our relationship has grown, has blossomed. We're close, like brothers, and like a brother and sister type of relationship. And so even with the others who are nearby, like I have another mentor who is like right down the street. Okay. And of course, the author, I'm going to tell you, the author of this book that we're expounding upon and seeking understanding from, he is like practically like around the corner, of course, down the highway, right? But he's not far away. And that's super amazing. It's just amazing how you move to a different place and God just allows you to blossom and to grow. And that's what this particular law is all about. So assess your environment. Make sure it's an environment that's going to facilitate change so that you can grow. So hopefully you all have enjoyed. this particular appetizer on tonight. Did you enjoy it? Go ahead and let me know your thoughts in the comment section of the podcast or the stream that you're viewing. And if you're just joining in with me right now or catching the replay of this, you can also still type in your thoughts below. I would love to hear from you. Now, the main meal. The main meal, everybody, is this particular book right here. The authors of this book, Mrs. Valerie and Mr. Ty Best, they've authored this book amongst many other books. And if you haven't gotten your hand on copies of their books, it's still not too late. You still can get some copies. And so this is one of their books, 103 Ways to Fail in Network Marketing. And this is a guide to your success. Now, I'm not sure how many of you listening in or watching, you're trying to build a network through your business. Okay, you're trying to build a network, and I truly, truly get it. And listen, if you're trying to avoid some mistakes, you want to save some time and some fiat currency. I was going to say money, but cash, paper, the fiat currency, that's not money. That's a whole nother session probably that I'll have to utilize. But let me tell you, 103 Ways to Fail in Network Marketing will get you right as far as being a network marketing professional. So you want to be a pro, tune in, because right now, tonight, I'm actually going to be expounding on the 23rd way to fail in network marketing. I need you to send this out, do a watch party. Let's get it. Okay, this one right here, we've been talking about. Those who are connected to me, we're fellow wealth builders. We've been talking about this nugget for some time because it's been coming up a lot. It's been coming up a lot. And why? It's because, people are looking for a quick fix. They're looking for a way to provide for their families, something that's going to bring in some quick money fast. And so let me share with you what this nugget is, and you'll understand exactly what I mean. Here is the 23rd way to fail in network marketing. Attempt to build more than one company with the same team. Again, a sure way to fail in network marketing, again, is attempt to build more than one company with the same team. That's like me encouraging the team that I have to go to another company and build, an organization with them. Uprooting the people that I'm connected to in one place here and then trying to take them somewhere else. That's essentially what this nugget is saying. Let me share with you what the best have to say about that. This is not quite the same as, of course, the one that we're going to talk about tomorrow. Okay, the nugget we're going to talk about tomorrow. But pretty much it's the same type of message. Don't do it. Here's what they say. What you're going to understand is you really aren't building a network anyway. Okay, you are just playing games with people's lives when you uproot them to another company. You take your existing team or sphere of influence, and you just run as many deals by them in hopes that maybe one will take off. That's what you're doing. And maybe someone will do if you think. You see, at this point, you have built a team and it's growing, but not at the pace you would like. Then you get sidetracked. This is what happens. You get sidetracked by the next great deal. That's exactly what happens. Somebody comes across your inbox on social media. They're like, hey, take a look at this video. And you're supposed to be focusing on one company, but someone throws a video at you and tell you, hey, you can make some quick dollars. You can get paid real quick. Let me show you how it works. Okay? And of course, you're thinking the company's better. The products, cost less. The plan pays more. You're thinking all these things. So you don't think your team will do both programs. You see, actually, let me repeat that one more time. So you think your team will actually do both programs. Don't believe it. Okay? Don't believe it. Here's the success secret. You need to focus. This is according to the best. You need to focus. 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 Did I say it enough? Focus. So don't do that. Don't uproot your team that's currently blossoming. They're growing. You might not see the growth. And here's the truth. When a seed is planted, most people think, man, it's not growing. I don't see any growth. But just as I may have demonstrated before, when it comes to a seed, just imagine, for example, this is the earth. right? You put your seed somewhere in between here. The pages, this is the seed, right? This is the seed inside of the earth. What happens? Most people think, oh my gosh, they don't see nothing up here. Oh my goodness, there's no growth. It's not growing. What is wrong? I don't see any growth. Well, here's what's happening. You got the seed up in there, right? Okay. What happens is it's growing like this. Most people think, oh, you know what? I don't see anything because there's nothing coming out of here. I don't see anything yet. Growth happens inwardly first and takes root. Then what happens is it comes forth out of the earth. You see, it takes a lot of internal work first before anything can manifest on the outside. So the truth of the matter is your team is growing. It's growing, but it's doing that internal work first. Do not rush the process. I like, of course, what my mentors, of course, Mr. and Mrs. Best, Mr. Best, he constantly says, give your team time to succeed. Give your business time to succeed. Give it time. It has to take root first. There's personal development work that has to manifest. It has to get grounded first. Once that commitment is there, once they're rooted, they're grounded, they work on some skill set, they work on that mindset, I'm telling you, it will take off like a wildfire and you won't be able to control it. It's gone. Okay, just as Mr. Best describes, because he is a networker as well, built huge teams many times over, and he knows what he's doing. That's why he wrote the book. He's a network marketing Hall of Famer. He knows what he's talking about. And so he shares, stay planted, stay grounded. One company, don't uproot your team and try to take them to another company and think that they're going to cause you wild success in another company. Don't do that. You're hindering growth in both places. Okay? Again, I often think about this quote, or at least this verse from the Bible, how a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Double-minded. How are you going to be here and there and try to facilitate growth in various places? You're not going to get anything done. You're not going to get much accomplished, as much as you would have if you would have remained planted in one place, one ground, one good ground, especially if you know the ground is good. And there's no perfect ground. There's no perfect ground. So just as you think, oh, there's some concerns, some issues here, you go to another company, another place, there's issues there. Why? It's because the business is comprised of people. There's nothing perfect, and there's no one that's perfect. There's always going to be enough space and room for growth, even within the company itself. Give the company time to get some things in order and get things right. Give the company itself time to grow, because as you are growing as a leader, as a business owner, guess what? The company themselves are growing and evolving as well. Where everything is evolving, everything is growing at the same time. So you have to give it time. Give it time. Okay? So hopefully you understand this nugget. Let me read it again. The 23rd way to fail in network marketing is to attempt to build more than one company with the same team. The solution: stay focused, stay grounded, keep growing in one company. Keep growing one company. Be as focused as possible until you experience wild amounts of success. Just like some people say, I'm going to ride this horse till I can't no more. I'm going to ride it out. Okay, till the wheels start falling off, the rubber, look, hey, I'm going to keep riding. All right. So listen, I appreciate you guys on tonight. Thank you so very much for lending me your time, your ears. Listen, I just pray that this has blessed you on tonight. And we all have been guilty of jumping from one company to another, especially if you've been in this network marketing space for some time. And let me tell you, I've been involved with different opportunities out there, network marketing opportunities and things of that nature in different fields as well. as far as health and awareness and things, but I definitely became committed to one, which is actually an e-commerce company, a little over 3 years ago. You see the name of it on my shirt. I tell you, I sleep, eat, and drink what you see on my shirt, literally. Okay, so understand something. There's a time and a season for all things, but I'm telling you, it's nothing like being grounded and being planted in some great ground that's going to cause you to grow. And I love what some of my colleagues describe my team as. It's like a personal development plan, being connected to such a team as Wealth Builders Worldwide. And listen, if you want to learn more about what it is that I do, because I'm not in an MLM or a network marketing opportunity, but more or less, I'm helping people get access to real money. And whoever's watching this right now, they're probably connected. We're all one big family. And so if you're someone out there, you're viewing, you're listening right now, and you want to get access to real money, which is 24 karat gold, it is global money. When, of course, the economists, the money experts out there are saying, get gold, get gold. Well, I'm going to listen to the experts. I'm going to do what the experts are doing, and they're getting gold. And so if they're doing it, I'm going to do it, okay? And so I encourage you to do what the experts do so you can get the results that the experts get, okay? Especially in these times that we're living in. And if you want to create, you want to pass along a generational wealth, you want to see a part of that legacy manifest while you're alive and be able to leave a legacy for those who are coming up after you, get connected to the money system. That's right. The money system provides you with the ability to save gold, and you have the option of getting paid to refer it out to other people and help them do the same. All we do is save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, and make a lot of money. That is what we do. That's as simple as I can give it to you on tonight. So listen, I do welcome you. Mentorship is available. We're here to help you. So if you're someone watching this and maybe someone shared this with you, get back with them and let them know that you are ready. You want to get information about connecting with the money system, with the e-commerce company. And registration is free. There's no required monthly fees. Everything that we do is optional. And maybe you're like, well, Lakeisha, I'd like more information. Well, here's the deal. We have something amazing going on. The author of this book here, one of the authors, Mr. Best, he's going to be doing a presentation about this money system. And so listen, it's going to happen tonight. And there are 2 ways that you can participate and watch the presentation tonight that's going to take place at 9 o'clock. That's about an hour from now, because it's almost 8 o'clock now. So at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I invite you to do one of 2 things to participate. One way is, of course, making sure that your notifications is on and waiting for someone to do a watch party of this presentation at 9 o'clock. The other way is downloading the Zoom app and then going to www.goldrocks.info. GOLDROCKS.info. And listen, if you want to get on the Zoom platform, please make sure that you inbox me or the person that shared this with you, because you're going to need a password. All right, you're going to need the password. I can't give it to you right now, but you will. If you inbox us, we'll make sure you get the password. So I'm telling you, make sure you're in position. Get there early. Here's what I believe. If you get there early, you're on time. But if you get there on time, you're late. So make sure you get there early. You don't want to miss it, because this couple here, the authors of this book, let me tell you, over 25 years of freedom, living the lifestyle of freedom, and in their household, over 100 years of freedom. So if your goal is to be free, to be able to live a life of freedom, be able to, have what you need financially to fund your dreams, to do what it is you've always dreamt of doing, this money system is going to help you do that. It's going to help you live your dreams and challenge you to dream bigger. So again, be in position to watch this webinar that's going to happen at 9 o'clock p.m. You will not regret it. You will not. So thank you so very much for watching on tonight. We'll be back with another session here with the Leadership TKO live night show on tomorrow night at about 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so until the next time that you and I come together again, I do encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone. And of course, join me on that platform, goldrocks.info, at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. God bless.